Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Ari. We've got another episode in the Law of One series and another episode on the pyramids. I love this topic, love talking about it. If you guys have been tuned, we've kind of talked a little bit about the pyramids, but this one is probably going to blow your mind as it did mine. And the pyramids were thought into existence. Yep, that's the episode title. And this is going to challenge a lot of our belief systems of what is actually possible. So this quote from Ra, from the Law of One, Book 1, page 78, quote unquote, the pyramids which we thought/built were constructed thought forms created by our social memory complex. We built with everlasting rock, the Great Pyramid as you call it. Other of the pyramids were built with stone moved from one place to another. If you can understand the concept of thought forms, you will realize that the thought form is more regular in its distortions than the energy fields created by the materials in the rock which has been created through thought form, from thought to finite energy and beingness in your, shall we say, distorted reflection of the level of thought form. So that is extremely interesting, extremely confusing. Ra says that they thought/built the Great Pyramid. Could we find any way to prove this? And they said that they constructed these thought forms. Their social memory complex created them. This really shows to me the power of thoughts. We were talking about this in the last episode, and we don't really utilize this at all. Actually, we do, but we're not consciously aware of how much we're utilizing the power of thoughts every single day and talking about thought forms. But we have not really we're not fully accessed the power of the mind, if this is true. If their societal memory complex could have actually built the Great Pyramid with thought, then our potential is absolutely limitless. If we can move mountains with faith, we can build a pyramid with our mind. Easy. We still have a long way to go to accessing this knowledge. And Ra also says that the Great Pyramid was built with everlasting rock. I'm not even sure if that's a real thing. I looked up the term everlasting rock, and the only thing I saw was in a Bible quote, which could mean that it's more of a metaphor. But then again, the pyramid actually is so perfect, and it's kind of led the test of time, and it hasn't gone away or withered or anything. So maybe it actually is built with everlasting rock. Maybe that's not even something that we can find on earth. Maybe it's actually just made from thought. And the concept of thought forms is very foreign to us, but it seems here that thought forms are more regular and perfect than what the actual substance is here. And I guess our rocks are created through thought forms and from thought to finite energy, but maybe this everlasting rock is created through a thought form through intelligent infinity. And this is just all so confusing, but apparently the pyramids were thought into existence. All this time we're trying to figure out if they use ramps or pulleys or slaves or who designed them, but this isn't even an option for 99.99999% of people. People instantly hear this and just say, nope, there's no evidence for that. Well, there really is no evidence for any way they could have built this because it is just so miraculous and so crazy. And even though there's no evidence that we know how the pyramids were built, people will just dismiss this explanation. They won't give it any further thought. They say, no, the pyramids could not have just been thought into existence. No. Either because it threatens their worldview or it's just too confusing that they won't understand. But what do you think? Do you believe this to be possible? Could the pyramids really have been thought into existence? And if it does, what does that imply for the mind power that we have? Does that mean that we can build efficacies like this? Oh, that's a big word. Does it mean that we can build pyramids with our minds? If we learn the law of one? If we really learn about our true self and the power of our mind, the power of our thoughts? Let me know down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.